Last time on Beast World, with the invitation from Yuri Chernikov no longer being optional, our delvers returned to Prievzevsky City to prepare for the eventual encounter with Vampire. The next morning, the crew meet with the Botko, who provides them with a wealth of information on vampires, how to defeat them, and their strengths and weaknesses. The Botko also provides them with the scroll of Pass Without Trace in the event that they require additional means to sneak in or out. Yarrow is also offered as a guide to the crew to help them navigate the mountains. Our delvers venture south along Mount Mirror Lake and begin to pass the eastern mountain ranges of Zaros. While on their journey there, Thalkiel mentions to Vanya that this Chernikov, being a vampire, is likely in possession of a grimoire, one that could prove useful to her advancement if they could locate it. As their journey nears the mountains, the crew takes notice that packs of roaming wolves have been following them, accompanied by a large bat wolf. It appears this creature may have charmed the wild wolves and is using them to deter interlopers in this region. The wolves do not try to intervene in the crew's venture to the castle. Scaling up the mountainside, occasionally the crew begins to see parts of the castle here and there throughout the mountains, never appearing in the same place twice, likely due to a powerful illusion spell. Yarrow says he'll reconvene with the crew once they leave the castle, as he wasn't invited to join them. With Castle Chernikov in sight, the crew depart from their wagon to cross the bridge over into the vampire's domain. The castle is heavily defended. Many nightly thralls and shadowy wraiths patrol the perimeter and the outer walls, on the lookout for intruders. The group is led into a large dining hall where they come face to face with Yuri Chernikov and his closest thrall, Lizzie Jewel. Yuri welcomes the Delvers, and Vanya in particular, mentioning that finding a demon hunter as young as Vanya is extremely rare, and to have one as an archenemy is a treat. His desire to watch Vanya grow in power, using fiends as a source to confront a fiend like himself, is a delicious irony to him. Yuri also mentions he is aware of Ignatius' existence, as he spent time tracking down those involved for the crew, in the event he couldn't properly get their attention in Prievzevsky. He takes particular note of Ignatius being in Severport, surrounded by beasts and metal masks. Aspen challenges Yuri, irritated by the slow pace of the game, which Yuri offers the barbarian a free hit against him, wanting to see what they are capable of. Aspen surprises Yuri with the Ring of the Ram, knocking Yuri back into the nearby fireplace. Despite the serious hit, Yuri seems relatively unscathed. Yuri eventually takes note of what he calls an uninvited guest, and forces Thalkiel to reveal himself. The two fiends recognize one another, Thalkiel referring to the intruder inside Yuri as Yucatan, the fiend responsible for the spell used in his binding. With the rules of the game set out, the Delvers are encouraged to get stronger. When Yuri thinks they are ready, he will invite them once more to the castle to do battle with him for the last time. Yuri offers them time to stay in the castle if they wish, and are free to go. As the crew explore the vast castle, a ski finds a stairway into the basement, being guarded by a wight. Using the next room over, she sends Thalkiel down remotely to check it out. He isn't able to explore far, but manages to find the location of Yuri's coffin, just below the well. The party search the castle over, being careful not to interact with the guards patrolling, before eventually finding Myrna up in Yuri's personal chambers with Smudge, the runt Batwolf. She's convinced to return with them without Smudge. As the party quickly attempt to vacate the castle, Yuri calls out to his thralls that the Delvers are no longer welcome on the premises, and orders them to be chased out, resulting in a fight as our crew barely manages to escape back across the bridge in one piece. So, you have reconvened with the Rio and the Rocksteady. Aspen, I imagine you being the first one across the bridge would have already gotten the Rocksteady ready to go.
Yeah.
And Deidre would have had hers ready as well once she saw the commotion. So as you all pile into the wagons, you begin to race down the mountainside and notice that the knights and wraiths that were leaving the castle stop just short of getting onto the bridge and don't seem to be pursuing you. What kind of pace are you keeping with the Rocksteady right now?
Oh, at least for the first bit, pretty fast.
Is it possible to keep the wagons about 30 feet apart?
I mean, you can either tell Aspen to go faster or tell Deidre to slow down.
More to keep them next to each other, I mean, like while they travel, or is the mountain pass too dangerous?
I mean, yeah,
I want to use the pass without trace scroll just to make it harder to track us, because it should affect the wagons, right?
I don't think it'll affect the wagons. It may affect the trapped horses, like, pulling it, because it targets creatures, but it wouldn't affect the wagons, so the wagons would still leave a trail.
Yeah, okay. Never mind. Alright. That's all I wanted to do, but let's not.
Got it. Yes, the wagons continue to speed on down, and I'd say about, like, 15-20 minutes go by, and you don't seem to be being pursued anymore. You slow down, or you keep going?
Slow down a bit.
Alright. You begin to get back into more familiar territory. This path you haven't taken before to get up to the castle. As your pace begins to slow a bit more, you do notice in one of the nearby trees is a white snow owl who flies down towards the roof of the wagon as you approach.
That'll be our friend.
Yarrow takes a moment before shifting back into his elk form. You're back quite soon. Did everything go well?
It all went to shit, but we did rescue the child, so.
That's good news. Oleg will be happy to have Myrna back. What about the vampire?
Unfortunately, still alive and kicking. However, I did manage to knock him into the fire, so that was nice.
Okay, well, as long as we have Myrna for now, hopefully they don't try anything again soon.
Oh, it was very much not about her, it was about us. And for now, I believe he has what he wants from us, so.
Well, we might be able to make camp at the base of the mountains. We did spend most of the day traveling here. The horses will need rest.
So
yeah, after, I'd say probably another 30-40 minutes of traveling, getting further and further down the mountain pass, you eventually find a nice, quaint area you had passed that Yarrow suggests to just kind of like pull the wagons over so that everyone can get rested up properly. He takes time to hitch the wagons and get the horses all fed and such. Anything you would like to do for your first night?
cook food.
What you making?
Food.
Hmm. I think we'll just try to bang together a fairly easy camp stew.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your survival check.
Oh,
That's good enough.
it's over 10. Yay!
During the cooking or a little while during the meal, Vanya's probably not going to have touched too much of it, but she's going to approach a set.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, what happened to Mocha?
I could bring her back at least.
I was actually hoping you could say that, so there's that at least.
Just like that?
Is it going to be a lot of work?
Mm, a little, but nothing too peculiar.
This is done mostly out of earshot from Yarrow, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, she's definitely just going to be like glancing over that way periodically, just like check if he's listening after all, or
Times where I really hope we could get voice of speech done soon. we were at 4 or 30 lessons. Let's go.
yeah, she was teaching them that, but
Yeah, stuff started happening. Yeah, so Vanya's gonna kind of offer a hand out as a sort of pat on the arm or whatever's closest, and this says, if you need help, just ask. I'll see if I can do anything. No, I'm not so good with. And she kind of makes magic spell hands, wiggling the fingers.
of course, sorry, yeah, thank you.
Right, I'm gonna go hide in the wagon now. And she trots off.
Welcome in, Norman. So far, we have gotten down the mountain and have made camp for the night. Yarrow has also rejoined the group.
Aspen also
Alrighty.
made good stew.
Yeah.
Good soup.
Good soup.
So, Set, you're gonna revive Mocha?
Yeah,
Alright. It's gonna be pretty simple. Yeah, I don't think you've spent any spells, so yeah.
I've not used any spell slots, so I can just do that.
Yeah, so you'll spend a first level spell and just kind of like start channeling this energy you used to originally summon Mocha into her form. And you notice like the shadows nearby begin to like pull into the body. And after about a minute, her eyes open again. Just kind of like that normal blank stare that she gives off.
There you are. Good.
And she eventually just sits upright and kind of like looks around for a bit to get their bearings.
Are we all together?
Yes.
We are.
Charlotte is going to notice this. It just works like that.
You need to be magically adept to be able to do it, but yes.
Like it was only felt the first time.
As a bit of a meta question, how intact does Mocha have to be for that to work?
I'd imagine, like, not overkill.
Yeah, as long as the body is still intact, Set can do that. Of course, a Set can also use their leatherworking toolkit to like repair Mocha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh.
Repair, Mocha, not heal, repair.
Yeah, like
That's
visually
grim.
repair. Because I mean, that's also how you disguised it.
Yes.
you know what? I asked a question wanting it to go one way, and it's gone an entirely better way. So cool. That's super interesting.
Oh, I just realized it's like living, essentially kind of not living, but living taxidermy, and
Yeah.
that's
Yes, I was gonna say.
awful.
Taxidermy, but all the taxidermy creatures are zombies.
I'm down. I'm down with it.
So, did how did you come across Mocha? Did you create her? Or did you just come across a body and then resurrected it?
Oh, it was a beast out in the woods. I had to go on a little hunting trip of sorts to prove myself, or
You had to kill it and
others. Yes,
resurrect.
correct.
I see. So, is she like the same? Is the mind and everything still the same as before she was killed?
Oh, I don't believe so.
Charlotte,
It's
right
more the
now,
time in her head for the most part.
like memories of being with that oryx and realizing what it is now, is not happy.
Look, I I know the thought is gruesome, but whatever gets the job done at the end of the day.
That's what I've been hearing. At this point, there's no point in arguing.
Any other conversations for the night?
Oh, good here.
I'm taken care of.
There is one thing from Charlotte, continuing from that. She's going to reach into her cards and pull out one particular one, which I would say on the cover shows a concealed figure sprinkling something on a carcass, and a spiritual like being arises from it. Animate dead. It came with my mother's deck, but I could never bring myself to cast such a thing.
I mean, I understand why.
My mother had told me that to deny necromancy is to essentially deny the pillar of a building. And I have cast from necromancy before, but only once. Well, twice at this point.
Mhm.
Sorry that happened a bit stingy about it when we first met.
I mean, knowing what I know now, I can hardly blame you, Charlotte.
I understand necromancy is a thing, is an element. It is. It is part of the arcane. It's like a poison. Even then, it would be hypocritical to denounce such things, and you just light an entire room ablaze with some evocation.
Mm-hmm. Even a poison can be useful at the end of the day. Don't forget that.
And it could save a life. I remember looking to a ski. I saw you fall, and you rose up again by forces.
Here.
I was more relieved than terrified. But I think that comes from meeting you, Aski, and knowing it from the start.
It's hardly surprising. I never would have stood for the first time without it.
You are full of surprises. Now
Or so I try to be.
this is an OC thing because of the internet woes. Did anyone talk to Vanya regarding the hunter thing?
Nope.
Well, guess what the next topic's gonna be?
Vanya is not at this fireplace right now.
Charlotte's gonna be looking around. Where is she? Where is Vanya?
She went back to the wagon and for a little hot talk with me.
I think it can wait.
Mm-hmm.
So, I assume this vampire won't be following us. We won this game for now.
The rat seems far more entertained, cornering itself back in its little hole the next time. We'll have all the advantage in the world when he doesn't have anywhere to run.
At least we probably gave him a scar. Well done for what you did, Aspen.
That was satisfying.
Well, I think we should get ready for bed and try to get to the river as soon as possible in case Yuri hasn't had his fun enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start night watch.
And I'll take next.
I'll take a turn as well.
Alright, gotta get perception checks from those on the night watch.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, pretty good.
Cool. That's fine. Get him out of the way early. Get him out of the way early.
Well, it's not terrible.
It's okay. Just hope that no event was rolled for second watch. It's alright. It's fine. It's fine. We live these.
Okay. Charlotte. You notice at some point while you were on watch, you look up the path the way you had come from. Because it was the main focus of where the vampire was coming from. And after a bit, you do notice that there's a figure silhouetting against, like, the moonlight that kind of shows themselves up on the hill. It's a very small canine form. And it takes you a second, and you kind of glance a little bit closer without actually leaving the camp. And you realize it is the small bat wolf. He is following you.
We could kill it.
Who else is up? Is everyone else in bed? Because I'm going to be getting everybody up.
Yeah, Vegas would be asleep.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
what I'm saying.
Waking
Yeah, he
everybody
said
up
fast sleep.
and just saying, the Batwolf pup is here. Small one.
Oh,
Oh, good. I was worrying about the loose end.
the small one that turned into a big one.
Yes.
All right. Who's gonna take care of it?
Admittedly, I am still a little bit banged up, but I think we can do it.
That's it. I'm getting my bow.
Yeah, Aspen's gonna grab the axe. We're gonna start heading towards
Yeah.
the Batwolf.
I'm also in good enough condition to take it on.
I'm readying a spell.
Uh-huh.
Watch
Actually,
this thing stand
probably
up and
just
start talking to us, like begging for its life.
in advance, I'd probably go and
Then beg.
slap a mage armor on myself.
Vanya's actually probably staying behind. I got a little beaten up during all that.
Yeah, it's fine.
Lisa got pretty badly beaten up as well, but she still got 16 HP
And a bow. You don't have to get close to it.
and had the most powerful bow within reach for like the foreseeable future.
The thing may as well be a rifle.
Saying that, I do have the crossbow. Yeah, I'll come along. Make sure Yarrow watches over Myrna.
All right. As you all start to make yourself known, the Batwolf basically hasn't moved from its position at the very top of the hill. And seeing you all approach, you can see like the fur on the edge of it starts to bristle. And it kind of shrinks down for a second, and then starts flying as it shapeshifts into a small bat. And then just takes off.
Can I try and throw a javelin at it?
No, like, yeah, archer's arch. Now.
Alright, I have a guiding bolt.
Okay.
I've got a bow, I've got arrows.
I'll cast a level 2 guiding
Shadow
bolt
Bolt has a range of 120 feet.
at the Batwolf.
I have a hand crossbow.
Gonna hold fire because a hand crossbow ain't hitting that shit.
That's quite a
Everybody
talk.
just
That's
take
Could be a
Ooh,
nat
that's-
20.
23 will hit.
Beautiful.
Oh damn.
15 radiant damage next attack on.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Hang on. Is it melee or range?
It's the next attack roll.
Any attack. Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Well, how far
Uh-oh.
away is this?
Within range for your attack.
Okay, I was just thinking whether to use Shadow Bolt or Chromatic Orb, because Chromatic's only 90.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be in range still.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to take
Yeah.
advantage of that advantage. And, see, probably... let's do some funny fire. And, second level Chromatic Orb, add advantage from Guiding Bolt.
Did I hit?
There you go. So that'll be a 4d8. For 20 damage. That's
What
fire.
type of damage?
Yeah.
Fire.
Fire.
Alright. Upon that second hit, the tiny bat form will drop, and it will shapeshift back into its true form as a much larger bat wolf, and continue to try and escape. Anyone else have attacks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Does a 15 hit?
That does.
Oh, good.
Another 10 points of damage. Okay.
Can I fire another one?
45. Yep. Hit.
And another 11.
Another 11. All right. It's still flying.
Trident has thrown property, right?
Yes, but I think you've got like a range of 20 feet.
60.
Oh, does it say
Right.
60?
Yeah, if I'm looking at it right.
Javelin's got 120.
That's got a long of 120, so you'll be at disadvantage.
That's fine.
Nine will miss.
Dang.
Do
I
I
use the
throw
second
this
one?
regular?
Yeah, go ahead. 16 will hit.
Yes.
7 damage, okay. And then what were you doing, Vegas? 15,
Trident throw.
35. Okay. Be disadvantage as well.
Alright. So 13.
13, miss, unfortunately.
Well, goodbye, Trident.
Let's see. 45, 56, 63. Yeah, so you managed to get all of these blows into it. I was doing some math. And it continues to fly, but it does look pretty injured. You notice that as it's like flapping its wings, it is kind of like teetering more to one side, favoring one over the other. But it is flying away from you.
How far is it now?
By this point, it's starting to like get to like 180 to 200 feet. You could chase after it, but you'd have to track it.
That's
I
still in
have
the set's range.
Yeah, I have a FAR of 320 feet on the light crossbow. Because it's not a hand crossbow, I mistaken. It's a light crossbow.
Guiding bolt, I was Oh, I don't have a. So what would be the disadvantage range of 120 feet for a guiding bolt?
You can't
For
throw
spells,
outside of
you
it.
don't have a long range for.
Gotcha. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have a crossbow too. Yeah, it's light. After 80, it's 320, so disadvantage.
Yeah.
Might be not enough to kill it. I
Wait.
think we've scared it off.
We should finish it off.
You want to go after it?
It just feels safer for the long term, right?
What if there are more of them?
Look, I know it's just a run, but now it could bite us in the ass later.
Does a sturdy run?
Yeah, at this point, Vanya's just walking back to the wagons, actually.
I am willing to go after it.
Ditto.
I'll come with.
Given how willing it was to follow us this first time, I don't think it would have been too long before we encountered it again, but if we want to dispatch with another one of these servants first, I say it's never too early to start thinning the ranks of this fiend's support.
Yes.
So everybody but Vanya is going out to hunt down this Batwolf.
Guess so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can I get survival or perception checks from anybody tracking?
Nay.
Oh boy.
Same roll for me.
12, 22, 23, 17.
Aspen and just keep killing it over here.
All right. Yes, Aspen and the ski. As you all kind of set back up the trail, looking for it, you do notice at first that it seems to be flying further off, towards the woods, the wooded area below the mountain range. So you have to trek a little bit further down the mountain. And after a bit of searching, you do eventually find what appears to be a blood trail, falling from leaves in the canopies of the trees just onto the vegetation on the floor. And you continue to follow it until you get to a point where there is a very large rushing river. And after a bit, you notice that the trail stops at the river and starts moving further south. Can I get another set of perception and survival checks?
Oh.
Nice. Good lord. With the 26, Nisette, you notice that the trail continued to move south for a bit, but it is starting to, like, wind back. It looks like it is actually heading back to your camp.
Oh shit.
Just couldn't keep away for long.
Let's run it down.
Vanya, what are you doing at camp?
Kind of keeping watch, basically. If Yaro's inside the wagon with Myrna, then Vanya's keeping watch, waiting for the others to return.
Alright. Give me a perception check.
Hey, not so bad.
Okay. As you are keeping watch, just kind of like listening about, you do hear rustling coming from like the nearby brush. And it
Kind
takes.
of as a hair trigger response, I'm gonna throw the facade up.
Okay.
And then keep an eye on it.
Okay. It takes you a second, but you notice that small wolf form comes out from the brush, and is moving up towards the Rocksteady specifically. And you notice that this is definitely that small Batwolf pup that you saw before. It looks really hurt at this point. and it is like sniffing the ground actively, and then as it gets up towards like the door, you can see it just kind of like smelling at the door. It seems to be looking for Myrna.
Sneak attack.
I'm gonna steady aim and crossbow from the top.
All right. What definitely hits.
That's the crossbow's damage. Oh my god, that's max damage from the crossbow.
Oh.
And then we're gonna go with fire from the fiendish.
12 and 12, 24.
It's 24 total.
All right. You hit it with this blow, and it startles it, as it apparently was not paying attention to you at all, and it like looks up at you for a moment, and then attempts to just run away again.
Follow-up shot, steady aim, if I can.
Okay.
It's just this sort of intense focus on each of these. That's probably
That
not gonna
just
hit.
hits.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
That's another 10, and then fire sneak. For 20 total.
You send the bolt out after it, and as it connects, and there's a small burst of flame, you hear a very loud yelp as the body disappears out of sight into the woods.
Could I have done something else with this? Just as before the bolt, as the bolt hits, Devil's Dew would have triggered. So there was no noise when it died. Can I follow where I saw it running?
Yes.
Okay. How long does it take for me to come up onto the body?
Not very far. It did not have too much room to get away. I'd say like 50-ish feet.
Gonna make sure it's dead, putting the rapier through it, and if it is dead, then I'm gonna drag it as far away from camp as I can, even if that means I'm gone for even an hour. By the time I get back. So like half an hour out and then half an hour back.
Yeah, you come across its body. You manage to hit it, like right behind the ear, and it's still in its like pup form, like the wolf pup, and it is like not. It's clearly not moving at this point, and you jab the rapier through it, and it doesn't react at all. And then if you grab it and then just start dragging it, it's kind of like bumping against the terrain as you're hauling it through the woods. You said you're just going to drag it as far away as possible?
About half an hour and then walk back, yeah.
Alright. You leave a little bit of a
form.
bloody trail.
Actually, I was going to say, could I use the scroll now? Just to cut that trail off? I know it's a waste of the scroll probably, but it's to stop Myrna from having any chance of knowing this happened.
Worth.
Yeah, if you want.
Alright, I'll drop that in chat. Wow, sacred scroll. And then, yeah, once that's done with, walk back towards the camp, and then, if the others aren't already there, start cleaning up after myself.
Okay.
This was a brutal deed we've just done.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking it would have been wholesome. Like, maybe it would have been non-hostile and just reconnected with Myrna. But, like, yeah, no, that's not happening now.
It would have been non-hostile and reconnected with Myrna, and then even if we let Myrna keep it, there would be a point at which she does not have childlike innocence anymore, at
Yeah.
which point, chomp, chomp, chomp. So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
no happy ending to this story.
It would have been
Yeah.
a ticking time bomb at best.
I also agree. We did the right thing.
Yeah. The rest of you arrive back at camp and do not see Vanya, who you know was watching the camp while you all went after the wolf. But you also don't
She
see any
probably got
signs of the wolves.
Please don't tell me she's been taken.
I doubt that.
If she was, it wasn't by the fiend.
Yeah,
She
she's
can't have
just as
gotten
armed as we are.
far.
Give it a few like last time. She'll probably turn up.
You don't feel like seeing if she left any trail herself.
She's
she?
capable of covering that.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed. See you guys in the morning.
Yes. If anybody is still awake after 30 or so minutes, Vanya will eventually return to camp.
Yeah, in form.
He said's
Still.
gonna keep an eye for that. Out for that, yeah.
So yeah, you see Vanya returning to camp in her Bell Infiltrator form.
And promptly start to try and clean up any mess before going into the Rocksteady and dropping form as she steps in. So you've got
Dare
a
I
moment to
ask?
grab her attention.
It followed you, didn't it?
It's taken care of.
Well, that's good at least.
I thank you.
Yes, thank you.
After doing any little bit of cleanup, pulling the bolt out the back of the Rocksteady and doing her best to hide that damage, just drops the form, hops back into the wagon.
Charlotte's going to bed.
Yeah, sleeps
He
tight.
said's going to bed as well.
All right. Everybody can go ahead and benefit from your long rest.
Yippee!
35 hit points.
So, the next day comes, morning comes, and it's a little foggy, but otherwise, not too bad. It is pretty chilly this morning. Yarrow comes out of the wagon with Myrna and looks to the rest of you. Uneventful night?
Yep.
Well, that's good. I wasn't sure if we were going to be pursued or not.
Once we
We
cross
took
the
care of
river,
it.
we'll be safe.
Vanya's going to have stayed in the wagon.
All right. Yara will suggest that we cut north along the Ale Runner River and then around the lake to get back to Privzeski, as that would be probably the closest and safest route.
Sounds
We
like
get-
a plan.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
So, let's see. Not bad. So, first real day of travel, you leave the base of the Saros Mountains and head toward the Ale Runner River. And you get fairly close, just on like the edge of the nearby forest. And you can see that the river itself is quite vast. A lot of these open plain areas kind of covered down into a deeper kind of valley that runs along this ridge. And it scoots further north where you can't see it from here, but eventually leads out into the sea. Yarrow mentions that there is a crossing a little bit closer towards the lake, and that we should be able to get across it within the next day's travel. Do you have anything you'd like to do for this day?
Is it
Nothing from me.
possible to try and get another cool meal out of Aspen, or is that a one-a-session thing?
Depends on if they want to make anything.
I'll give it a shot. Gonna try burgers, but like for the vegetarians instead of like a meat patty. You know?
Oh,
how they do,
garden
like,
burgers.
The mushroom like
Like mushroom cap.
Yeah.
That's cool.
See, you should have gone the other route and like stuck a carrot in a hot dog roll.
That's what happens if I fail the roll.
Alright, go ahead and give me the roll.
You get the wrong order. Oh no!
Yeah.
Just a raw fucking carrot.
It was on the 16 for a little bit. It just wanted to taunt me.
It's a carrot with grill lines on it, and we don't even have a grill.
They're themed, actually.
I mean, Vanya's still happy, even if it is just a raw carrot, so that's fine.
Didn't
Just
come
Bugs
out
Bunny eating it.
as well as you had imagined it would. Vanya seems content though.
The meat burgers are like overcooked dad barbecue burgers.
Oh
That's
no!
fine.
Oh no.
Vegas like long distance tosses a piece of cheese onto his marked burger before it's done.
Like, crispy slightly, because the amount of charring.
I'm fine with that. That's delicious.
There is something comforting about that sort of way it's cooked, I'll be honest.
Vanya, can I learn voiceless speech yet?
She'll probably start teaching again now, yeah. The last couple of nights have probably been a lot of come back later, I don't want to do it right now, or you haven't been able to learn too much because of how worried she is. She's not slowing down with the lesson, so like her facial features are just moving too quickly.
It's fine. I learned stealth from you. I can learn this from you.
So yeah, I think from now on, then Duo, every night is Vanya giving
Continuing.
everyone else. Yeah, I've got the count at 4 right now, so every time we long rest from now on, I'm gonna add 1 to the counter.
Okay.
I'm gonna let everyone know.
Thank you.
Any other shenanigans for the day?
Vanya's actually gonna spend some time around Mocha. Trying to, like, unless the set is in direct eyesight, Vanya's gonna just be around Mocha, but when the set's not looking, Vanya's actually gonna be starting to look for the obvious signs of, like, this creature being undead, basically. Like, she's convinced there's gonna be something that gives that away, so she's looking.
Okay. Investigation check.
Why did it roll advantage? That's not right. That would be 13.
13. Looking it over, it doesn't look undead in any fashion. It was clearly dead the other night, though.
Okay. Good magic.
A set the DC very high with that first check they made for it.
I remember it being like in the 20s,
It's
right?
like 23 or 24.
Yeah. That's never happening with my stats right now. Actually, no, nat 20, I could get it.
Yeah,
So.
you would be just on it.
I had another question, actually. With Dante trying to learn with the cooking for Aspen, I was wondering if I could start working towards, and this is a powerful feat, so you can tell me to run away in the opposite direction. Could I start working towards the mobile feat?
How would you be going about this?
Essentially, whenever the wagons are stopped, intentionally running till exhaustion, running around the camp, running over things that are typically more annoying to get around, like trying to climb the wagons while moving as fast as she can. If there's trees nearby, trying to run up onto them as quickly as she can, that sort of thing.
Cool.
Yeah, there's lots of kind of focusing in on her mobility.
And timing yourself as well would probably be a good way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe having Vegas help with, because Vegas had mentioned helping her out with stretches and exercising in
I
general.
will train you to fight.
Yeah, but again, it's more than happy to be told no with this, because mobile is very strong.
I'd say you could probably attempt this. You would essentially need kind of like an area to be able to freely sprint about, or an obstacle-like course to run through, whether it be like wooded areas, just like going around brambles and like logs and stuff like that. It will be a lot of checks, though.
Makes sense. I'm fine with it.
I'm talking like maybe 50.
Again, fine with it. I understand how like strong this is gonna be, so I mean, I might end up buckling and just picking it on an ASI, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I put a counter on your sheet for now, so is this something you're going to start doing now, or?
Yeah, I'll just do the one check for this session, and then I'll try and figure out how to work them into other sessions depending on where we are.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity. Okay.
$16. Not bad. You find this area just south of the wagons within the woods that's not very dense forest, but has got enough obstacles in the way that you could feel like you could start to kind of like run a course. And you sprint through the woods for quite a while. You eventually kind of like figure out a good path to go through, and you build up kind of like the muscle memory of going between each area that you've lined up. And after a bit, you are very tired.
Yeah.
When
I meant
one level of
exhaustion, I
exhaustion.
meant exhaustion. Yeah, like actually taking a point anytime I tried to do this.
But I will count that as one success.
Okay. Yeah, that's me though.
Alright, anyone else?
I'm taken care of.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we're we're Gucci here.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm good, I think.
So, the night concludes. You can go ahead and get your long rest.
Oh boy, time for a long rest that does nothing.
It got rid of my exhaustion. Yay!
So, the next day, you follow along the Ale Runner River, finding a dip that leads a lot more into the lower end of the valley, where there is just like a natural crossing where the river is low enough that you can easily ride the wagons through, no trouble. And you get across the other side to the little bit more dense forests that surround the Gorky Peaks. And can I get perception checks from my whole party?
Oh boy.
Time to perceive.
Jesus. Come on, someone.
Give me a
Apparently, we're all fucking blind today. Oh, Charlotte actually got a decent roll.
Charlotte.
Yep.
Oh, wait, a ski as well. Thought a ski had rolled, but no. Yeah, a ski and Charlotte. You both notice to the east a pretty sizable flock of vultures circling just north of the river. They're high enough that you can spot them from a distance, but they are quite far away.
What happened over there?
Something dead or in the process of dying?
Something or someone died, yes.
How far away would you say it would be? Too hard to gauge.
Yeah, it'd be... It's pretty decent distance away. Probably 15-ish miles.
What?
But it's a sizable group of vultures. That's the only
Yeah,
reason
that's
you
a
spot
concern.
them.
That's a concern. I think we should check it out. It'll only be for a little bit.
Works for me.
I mean, it's in the other direction, isn't it?
It'll be just a few hours.
We're actively trying to get a child back to the parent.
And it's going to take a few... Need to see what's going on because... Well, there's been some strange things going on in the wilderness in Oria.
Okay. But if it turns out to be nothing, we're leaving.
It'll be just for a little bit.
Alright. So, you will have to depart from the wagons for this, because the wagons themselves, I mean, the draft horses have traveled their 8 hours they can.
Yeah.
So, it will take you several hours on foot to go out to this area, and then several more hours to get back. So it will be, yeah, night by the time you get back. Assuming you turn around pretty quickly. This sound alright?
Yeah.
Vanya's definitely dragging her heels, but she's gonna follow on.
Regretting all that running you've done recently.
Yeah, that sort of ache that you get when you've done too much exercise. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. You begin to head out that way, and you keep pretty good eyes on the vultures, but as night begins to like draw in, they get a little bit harder to spot. It takes a bit longer than you expect, but you eventually arrive to in a fairly large path, part of a road that looks like it moves up along the northeast, possibly heading towards the mountains. And it takes you a bit, but you notice something slightly off as you get closer. And can I get just a general perception check real quick for everyone? Because it is starting to get darker.
I don't see shit.
In Vegas. If Gao was here.
Yeah, sorry, what?
The perception checks.
Perception check.
Yeah, sorry. Some people were getting into a fight, and I was kind of peeping. Sorry.
Curtain twitcher, let's see.
Alright, 15, 15, 17, 9, 10, and 5. Okay, well, the 15s and the 17s, so Vegas, Charlotte, and Aspen, as you were moving along this road path, which I imagine Charlotte's probably brought the lantern out and such, you will notice that there is a wagon wheel on the side of the road.
Oh no.
Just a wheel. No wagon.
Someone crashed here.
That is not great.
The Oregon Trail did. They had to replace the wheel.
Yeah. How dark are we talking right now?
Night is falling,
Okay.
and you are far from the wagons right now.
I'd like to throw the facade up, but get hidden and then start kind of looking around to find if there's any like drag marks or like investigation to look. Just to kind of look around to see if the wagon has gotten back up on the road and moving because they've replaced the wheel, or if there's been a bigger accident. Yeah.
Okay. Give me an investigation.
Probably not gonna do. Oh, never mind.
You notice that, despite the wheel, which looks as pretty bad condition, you do notice that there is a trail, and it pushes further off, across the road. The strange thing that kind of catches your eye is that there are sets of footprints as well that are, like, alongside it. So you're unsure if maybe they got the wagon moving, but they may be, like, pushing it. Or something like that. But the tracks seem to continue along the road.
Looks like whatever happened, they got that going.
Well, at least they had some help.
Maybe one of
Doesn't-
the drafts was hurt, and that's why the vultures were around.
Are the vultures directly above us right now?
You don't see them anymore. You can give me another round of perception checks.
I love perceiving. I love looking at things.
You said lost for glasses, I guess. That's the only explanation I have for this.
I'm not perceiving things at the moment.
A lot of high perception checks here. Okay. So yeah, Vanya, Charlotte, Eski, and Aspen. You don't see any sign of the vultures. They don't seem to be around. But you do notice like a faint, bluish glow, like further up the road. Possibly a light source.
Yeah, looks like we're getting close.
Maybe
I
they
suppose
stopped.
you all have any precautions to take in case what we find up in this isolated trail is a bit less than savory.
I could scout ahead, then come back to the lot of you and tell you what I see. And if they see me and are violent, then I can just scream for help.
I wish I could help you on that.
I'll be fine.
Go right ahead.
Look at doing you. I am a very stealthy creature.
I'll be fine.
Aspen just shrugs.
Okay. So you're sneaking off up ahead?
Yeah, just to check the light, see what I'm looking at out that way.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Oh, don't fuck me now. Ah, good.
20. You're fine. You continue to follow the road, and you can see where the wagon trail continues on, as well as the footprints. What you start to notice as you get further towards this light source is that the footprints seem to be straying away from the wagon, but the wagon trail continues to move, which is a little odd. And as you move further up the road, you can see what appears to be the source of the light. And it's kind of peculiar. You see 3 humanoid figures in the road, and they're like crowded around one another. And there's just like this light source emitting from like the middle of them. Like they're huddled around something.
Like they're holding it? Can I make it out from this distance? Or...
You do not see what it is they're looking at.
Can I get just a little bit closer just to start identifying, like, I guess, species of the people out that I'm looking at, or if they're even people?
Give me one more stealth check.
Ah!
Ooh, okay. I could switch scenes.
Oh boy!
Okay. Alright. So, you are approaching closer towards these 3 humanoid figures, trying to get a better look at them, and trying to figure out what this source of light is that is emitting around them.
Oh boy, that looks normal.
And as you like try to get closer, you realize that they're not huddled around a light source. The light source is coming from them. And you are slightly startled by this enough that you end up like snapping a nearby branch, and the 3 figures like turn to look at you, and you realize that this light source encompasses their entire face.
Oh.
Should we leave?
Oh, what the hell?
I know what these are, and I'm scared.
They all turn to look at you, and the light source grows intensely more bright. And they start to come towards you.
Yeah, just from from the bushes, Vanya's just like, oh no, help, 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 help!
Oh my god. Why? Why?
It'll be
Big.
fine.
I know what these are.
Me too.
They killed one of my party members.
I love being a group that just cannot catch a fucking break. Come dungeon delving, they said. It'll be fun. We'll just go do dungeons.
Yeah, just dungeons.
Vampires and space shit and whatever the fuck these things are.
I'm sorry I killed, well, one of us.
Still need Aspen's roll, and I know Vera stepped away for a second.
Look, dude, I'm gonna give you credit for pulling from other modules, but these guys, I'm like, oh. I got to watch a monk die to these things.
Aspen, are you gonna roll initiative?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were waiting.
Yeah, I still need everyone
that's
to do
good.
that.
So, cold night, ain't it?
Yep.
Oh boy.
We should, lighten the mood a bit. I can't wait for tomorrow.
You're going to a con, right?
Yep,
Very exciting.
AFC.
Nice. Fun, fun, fun.
One day.
Never been to one.
They're a blast.
Me either.
I'd love to. But...
There was one that I meant to go to, but it got... I'm not going to talk about it here, but it got canceled for terrible reasons years ago. And this is my first time because it's close.
I helped run a Red Dwarf convention, which is it's a British TV show. If you don't know what it is,
I know.
and,
I made a couple references to it.
Yeah, and my friend's dad was at the time anyway, basically the chair of the official fan club.
Oh my
he owned,
God.
most of the props from the show and everything. Like, it was surreal going to that house, seeing chunks of the Red Dwarf models and the actual ship and that sort of thing. It was so cool. But I met the whole cast while I was there, and most of the special effects crew and everything, it was so awesome.
I don't want to do a shout out, but I am going there for a specific panel event for a friend. And by the time our viewers will be watching this video, it'll probably have already happened or just a few hours before.
Usually comes up about midday, sort of early afternoon, the video. So.
To those listening in, if you know, if you happen to be there, look out for someone named Norman. In other news, I'm hoping to start my planned 3-session Ghostbusters tabletop RPG sometime in October.
Ooh, that'll be cool.
Oh,
You cannot avoid annihilation.
Oh no.
Okay. All right. Vegas.
Well then. Which movement is that? I can't see against the white background.
30 is here.
Got it. I'm going to hold my action to attack whichever one draws closest.
All right. All right. Now that you have gotten close enough to be able to see them move, you realize that they are like dressed in Orient garbs, and for the most part are dressed for the weather. But you realize that like whatever their garbs are hiding, it is not a normal humanoid creature anymore. This one will approach you, Vegas, giving you your attacks on it.
Okie dokie.
Nice.
Oh my god.
Very cool.
Whew.
And here comes the next
You didn't target
swing.
it, by the way, so make sure to do that.
Oh, oops, I thought I was targeted. There we go.
I've applied the damage.
Here comes the next one. That's unfortunate.
That hits.
Oh, very good.
Nice. So yeah,
Okay.
you managed to cut pretty deeply into this creature, and as you like kind of cut more through the robes, you see that more light just spills out from them. He's gonna attempt to make a slam attack against you. Going to take what is that? 5 bludgeoning damage and 6 points of cold, and he is going to repeat the attack.
That's better.
And 12 will miss. And then as bonus action,
Oh my god.
let's see. Yeah, both of you are in the radius. It's going to reveal more of its hood, and it is going to attempt to blind you.
Nice.
From there. Nice.
Oh god damn it.
I don't close my eyes just to spite it.
Can't harm me. I use Discord in light mode.
Yeah, it just flashbangs you real quick. So you're blind until the start of its next turn. Aspen.
Okay, first things first, do I have any idea what these are?
No clue.
Funky. Okay. Well, we're in a fight with them, so I'm just gonna go fight, I think. Yeah. I would like to rage.
Alright.
Where's my funky rage gone? Oh, I've lost the button for the other rage. Okay, that's fine. We'll use this one. Let's target, and we're gonna start swinging with the axe.
22 hits.
Don't know if that's adding on my rage damage.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. What is that? +2 or?
I believe it's still +2. Yes, I think. I hope.
Okay. 11 damage.
And let's go for another one.
Definitely hits.
I'm gonna not be dense. I'm just gonna take the average 12 on this.
Got it. You said it's 12?
Yeah.
Would that add the rage too? Or?
Yeah.
Does it start? 2 seconds. Let me double check. When you hit him with a melee attack while raging, you can treat the result of each damage die roll as half its maximum number +1.
So, Great Axe is D12, so it'd be 6 + 1, so 7, and it's a +1 Great Axe, so +8. And then you get your Strength bonus and your Rage damage. So Rage would make it 10, and then your Strength would make it what?
Yeah, 12.
Or is that 14?
My strength is a +4. It's 18 strength, so
So yeah,
whatever that translates to. Because I'm dumb.
so 14 damage is your average.
Okay, cool. We'll take the 14 then.
Alright. Anything else?
No, that is me.
Alright. This, Coldlight Walker is going to reach out towards you, and it's going to let out a horrible wail as it fires a ray of frost at you.
Oh, me?
Aspen. It's going to miss with that one. And it's going to miss with the second one, too.
Whew.
Vanya, you're blind.
I'm blind. Do you want me to roll to see if I can find my target, or should I just move as normal?
Yeah,
only-
give me, I guess a perception at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, I can still see the map. Oh, that's advantage. We'll take the 7 though. Not the. So that's only 11.
Only 11? You can hear Aspen fighting nearby, and you heard a wail a bit further away from you. It's unclear how far, though.
Okay,
You could
I'm gonna
try
take
to
a
go to the
crossbow
one
shot.
closer to you, but you may hit an ally.
yeah, I'm gonna take a crossbow shot at the one I heard wailing. That sounded like further away, right?
Hmm?
Okay, so it was this one here?
Yes.
Okay, and then disadvantage?
Yes.
Because I don't want to stab a friend. So that's control with...
And that'll hit.
damage. not much. Why is it crit? Why is that 2d6? What?
Hmm?
Should just be 1d6 on a hand crossbow, right?
Maybe there's
Strange.
made it special.
I'll ignore the piercer roll because that's whatever.
Yeah, set the
9
1d6. I don't
piercer
know why
thing.
it critted.
Yeah. Maybe because it read the other, because there was a
Oh, I
nat
probably
20
read
on
the
that
20,
roll.
but yeah.
Yeah.
So, it would just do 1 less damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright.
And I'm gonna stumble somewhere. One sec. Just gonna use this as a. Okay, she's stumbling forward, so no. There, and then that's my turn.
Alright. A ski.
Alrighty. Well, frankly, I don't even really need to get much closer. I can just hang out in my lovely little shadows. I can, see here. I could do a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I guess 5 to go up the cliff, and then 6.
Spider sheep.
I'm gonna target that one over there. And I'm gonna slap Chromatic Orb's 2nd level fire damage again.
That it?
Cool. Not great rolls, but
You're targeting one in
17
the
fire
middle,
damage.
right?
Yes, the one that's at the bottom of the initiative right now.
Alright.
And that is all I need to do right now.
Well, since Vera's not back yet, we're getting to about the halfway point. Go ahead and take a quick break while we wait for Vera.
Alrighty.
Boy.
Okay, BRB.
Alrighty.
Okay, I'm finally back.
Welcome back.
Yay! Just in time for the break.
Just in
What's
time
going
for
on,
the
bro?
break. Yes, I saw the screen literally pop up
Oh.
as I got back. Also, we're off the air for these, right?
No, these get recorded.
Ah. Yeah,
Okay,
I
never
mean, I'm
mind.
pretty sure we're still audible during the break.
You should
So
DM
just
me though. I want
share
to hear
that
all
share
about
that
it.
detail text thing. Got it.
I think everyone watching at home definitely wants to know all of the intimate details of what was keeping
No,
you.
they don't.
I'm pretty sure gastrointestinal distress is at least in like the top 25 reasons why people watch these videos.
Hello.
Greetings.
I got the feeling I'm gonna be hella blind this whole fight.
I'm sorry.
I have a very low constitution.
Uh,
Well, a +2 isn't too bad, but
That's if you keep using
But it's
move as
also
well.
not too good.
yeah, it's
It's better than some of us, I'm sure.
I think I probably got one of the lower ones in this group, actually. Because I've seen some of your everyone's constitution rolls, and this is like everyone's at least a +3 from what I've seen.
I'm also at a +2.
Hey, trail buddies, let's go.
Also, what the fuck did I miss?
So we found the vultures. There was like a wagon wheel in the middle of the road, or just off the road. So we investigated it a bit more. The tracks went back onto the road, went further up the road, and we saw a blue light off in the distance.
That much I remember.
I went stealthing forwards just as you went AFK. Saw 3 humanoids around this glowing light, and I was like, oh, okay. Gonna get a little bit closer just to see if I can spot what they're actually doing, just in case it's something not bad. And we stumbled across these things that are apparently called Coldlight walkers, and Norman has said that they've killed players before that Norman has interacted with, so this could be nasty. They're like weird The Thing cover monsters, so...
I'm here.
Hello.
Hurrah.
Hurrah!
Welcome back.
That looks like everyone.
Yeah, I think so.
Alrighty. Well, welcome back.
It
Set,
seems,
you're
seems
up.
like I walked into a bit of pickle. Okay. I'll just go ahead and engage this one. Today is Friday in California. Shoot.
That
I imagine
hits.
it's 25 hits. Minimum damage. Again. Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Max damage.
Vera with the highs and lows, as always.
One extreme or the other.
Jackal.
It looks really bad after taking those hits. Parts of its clothing are starting to ebb away, and its light is not shining as bright now.
Can't reach, unfortunately, so I'll just bring in Mocha. All nice and cozy like over here, and that's my turn.
You'd always have Mocha Dash if you want to.
Yeah, but then I can't attack.
Also true. Alright, Charlotte.
Alright. Moving up. Got a plan. Cantrip. I got create bond. No, wait. Okay, yeah. I got create bonfire.
Had a feeling.
Put it here behind this sucker.
Can't wait to walk into that.
They have to make a dex save. Please don't.
I'm blind.
No, maybe you hear the crackling fire. That's
A fail.
10 fire damage.
That's nice.
Alright, this one bursts into flames. It starts letting off a really awful sound as it just collapses to the floor.
Just reminds me of like the Nazgul.
When he throws the torch in its butt.
Alright, second thing, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon. Let me measure. I have to make sure, because I'm far away. Oh, good. Put it heal. legendary. Bonus action. So I'm gonna whack the one up there. Nah. But the spell's up, and that's what matters. That is my turn.
Alright. This one.
Oh, I messed
Move
up.
down closer. And we'll go for Vanya, since you are currently blind.
Yeah.
18.
Oh, God.
I don't know what I was concentrating. Oh, Pass Without Trace was still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was saying, I didn't know what that con save was for. Yeah, you'll take 19 points of damage as this thing reaches out and grabs you, and you could feel this awful cold just like shoot up your arm. Gonna try again. Did I miss?
Yeah, just.
And then it is also going to flashbang. You don't have to make this save, Vanya, because you can't see it.
That attack won't stop me because I can't see it.
Finally, tactical fringe.
Alright, it's not rolling it.
Gowie, that.
Vegas's.
Oh. Do I need to refresh? Oh, there it goes.
There we go. Alright, you are also fine. Alright. End of its turn. Vegas.
It only flashbanged its buddy.
Yeah, they're immune to their effect.
Okay. It's a shame that they're not within 5 feet of one another.
That hits. Very good
Another one.
damage. Also hits. Excellent damage. Cut into this one fiercely, and it just kind of like splays out its robes. And you can see like a little bit of the light that is shining off of its body itself. It looks very decrepit.
Mm-hmm. How almost dead is it looking?
It's injured, but it does not look bloodied.
That's fine. End turn.
Alright, at the end of that turn, Vanya's no longer blind.
So just a curiosity from like what we've seen in the attacks. Do these things have like a physical body that is emanating light, or are they
Yes,
just
they have a
the
physical
light?
body.
Okay.
You will take bonfire
yeah.
damage that way.
I can move through Vanya's space, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't stop you.
Yes, but you wouldn't be able to like get around the Coldlight Walker.
Because I wanted to go here, basically.
Well, you know what I could do?
Yeah,
I could just turn off the bonfire
Like
time,
that.
right?
yeah, that'll work.
Oh, okay.
My actual plan was to get into melee space with both of them and go there.
Oh my god.
I must hit things.
Barbarian. It's fine.
Yep. I would take a swing at the. Where? Oh no! Just got previous. We'll take a swing at the one that's engaged with Vanya and Vegas. It's a lot of fees.
That hits.
Cool. We'll take the average. Do 14.
14. All right.
How's it looking? Still kicking?
Looking bloodied at this point.
Yeah, okay. Let's go for another attack. Yeah, the same roll.
Alright.
I'm just gonna do 14 again. Seems good.
Alrighty. You chip into it from behind and hack off more of its clothing. The light that seems to be emanating from it does start to fade a little bit more, and you can kind of see its form a bit better. It is a very withered-looking husk of a humanoid, and the light is just coming straight off of its body. You're not sure how.
Bizarre. That's me, though.
Alright.
Magic? Wrong. Radiant paint.
Well, this one is going to attack you while you were attacking its companion. It's going to miss with that attack. We'll hit with that one. So 7 in bludgeoning is reduced to 4? I believe so.
Yeah.
And then you would take this 6 cold straight. So I need to give you 3 hit points back. Or did it reduce it automatically?
I also have resistance to cold, I think.
Oh, I do as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I have resistance to cold damage because of my boots.
I wonder if that's what it halved. Yeah, because it looked like it only did 10 damage to you, so I think it halved the cold, so... Still have to give you those extra points back.
I know why, because it didn't toggle my
Your rage status.
rage on in the effects button. There we go, I got it on now, so next time it should work.
Okay. That's its 2 attacks. It is going to try to bonus action blind.
I don't know why it rolled at disadvantage, but I still fail, I think.
14 plus 2? No, you succeed.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Aspen, you succeed. Vegas, you fail. So you are blind.
Too bad.
And that's the end of its turn. Vanya.
Okay. Not like being blind. We're going to just stab the thing with the rapier. It keeps... Why is it doing that? Okay. The first one is still a hit, I think, at 21.
You're not hitting your controller alt's not like stuck, right?
I just pressed both, so hopefully that's fixed that.
Yes, you'll hit either way.
Okay. And then damage. I'm gonna try and reroll that with PSA.
Can you reroll 3s, or is it just any die?
Any damage die, yeah.
Okay.
Let me post PSA real quick. Just there you go. One attack, when you hit a creature that deals piercing damage, you can reroll one of the attack damage die, but you have to take the new roll.
Got it.
So 7. So that's
4 extra
plus
damage.
5. Yeah. Okay, nice. And then fire sneak, because
Alright.
it's Pokemon rules. Let's go. 20 fire damage.
All right.
27
It
total.
had 1 HP left, so
Oh my god.
you stab into it and set its form on fire, and you can see that its clothes immediately just burst into flames, and it lets out a horrible wail as it collapses.
Then bonus action. I don't need to do that, actually. I'm just gonna run. Actually, I do. Bonus action back.
Alright.
I'm gonna get behind it. And then press.
Alright, a ski.
Right. Oh, so 2 of them have been taken down. So I'm just gonna stick to the shadows, target the next one. And, you know, it was so much fun the first time. Might as well slap another 2nd level fire chromatic orb their way.
That
Beautiful. Rolling even worse though. 12 fire damage.
Alright.
And I suppose aside from that, creeping a bit closer in the shadows and end turn.
Alright. It's set.
All right. I have to shoot some more arrows. I'm gonna bleed this guy. That's a hit.
28 hits. You're targeting the one that is already dead.
But did I kill it?
No, you target the wrong one.
That
shit.
one's already down.
Yeah, this is what I was going for.
What was the damage? Because I didn't see it.
Shit. I don't remember.
Yeah, it didn't post it. Go ahead and roll the damage again.
Yeah.
There you go. Alright.
That's 1. Now for 2. $14 misses, I imagine.
Nope, that hits.
Really?
Well done.
Low ass DC.
9.
And another 9.
Yeah. Still not coming up as targeted. I think you still have the dead one targeted.
Do I?
Yeah, because it's this one up in the corner.
I think I do, yeah. Shit.
But
Actually,
I got the 9 damage on there, so both hits.
yeah. For my bonus action, I'm gonna bring in Mocha.
I'll turn off the continue bonfire.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a goat on me.
Yeah, I think.
Am I desynced?
You might be.
Happens to all of us.
It's fine. I will use my reaction to tactically pet the goat.
I'll allow it.
Alright.
Alright. Either way. Yes, so, I'm going to do a Withering Ram and charge. Also, for some reason, my Withering Ram roll is a +0, which doesn't seem right.
Gotta fix that.
Because the hooves are at +9. Yeah, your spell modifier, attack modifier to hit, so that's all the +9, so...
What's that?
15 hits.
Yes, 15 hits, 11.
Forgot to target, but that's 16 damage.
Okay. Don't know why the, oh,
No, I just forgot that
there
time.
we go. No, I was trying to fix the sheet. I was trying to figure out why it wasn't, it just didn't have proficiency and all this other stuff. There we go. It should be correct now. So let's see. 1 plus 5, 16. Double checking for resistances. Nope. Okay. And then it needs to make a strength save. And it fails, so it is knocked prone.
That's my turn.
All right, Charlotte.
All right. Ah, it's prone.
Yeah.
Under me. Was thinking on it, but yeah, I'm just gonna move my spiritual weapon to that thing.
All right.
And that would be advantage. Let's see. Spiritual weapon. Do not consume the slot. Do not place the template. Let me roll that again in case of 20. Ah, cool. Just in case the 20 triggered.
It'll hit either
Nope.
way.
For... It's not showing up for some bizarre
Rolled a
reason.
1 on this end, but I don't know what it gets beyond that.
Let me check.
Your spellcasting ability modifier.
Spellcast. That's 1 plus 3, so 4 force damage. And why the hell not? I'll cast Sacred Flame on it. Yes, I know it's a dex. I believe it's disadvantage on. No, it gets advantage on dex save. If it's prone.
On prone, it's disadvantage.
Oh, interesting.
I think so.
All right.
So
So-
check.
I have like advantage because it would like roll around or something.
Let's see. Nope, it just has disadvantage on attack rolls. Nothing about its saving throws.
Fair enough. It passes, no damage. That's my turn.
Weirdly enough, it did half damage. I don't know why.
Weird. Cantrips don't do that.
Okay. Can I roll now to see if I can overcome the blindness, or is that the end of the turn?
You don't roll. It's at the end of the Coldlight Walker's turn.
So I don't know that it moved. Do I? Like, what do I have to do to move towards it?
Perception at disadvantage.
Okay. Sad.
You have a general idea of where it might be, but you also hear like the shuffling of like your allies as well.
So can I use movement to get towards it, or?
You can use movement to get towards it, but if you make an attack, there's a chance you'll hit an ally. Because you can't tell who's who.
Would I be able to maybe use my reaction to just kind of like point Vegas in the right direction when he gets close?
Vegas is blind.
They're blind.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just like when he gets close, just grab him by the shoulder and kind of like make sure he's facing the right direction.
Who knows?
They rolled really low on the perception, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you can make your attack rolls. They'll be at disadvantage. If you roll very low, you'll hit either Mocha or Aspen.
Worth.
Oh, boy.
That's fine.
This will be good RP. That still hits.
Nice.
Oh, very good.
Vegas doesn't need eyes.
I don't need
7.
to see the price tag.
All right.
One more.
That still hits.
Not bad.
9 points of damage. It's looking pretty bad.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, whole action surge.
Oh my god.
T. Oof.
That hits.
Oh, good.
And how would you like to do this, Swabble Lines?
I don't like. I think at some
Surge
point,
Steven
just
I'm
like
just
swing
like
it.
clumsy flailing around. I'll just lower my stance and shoulder tackle it, and like it, kind of like when you squeeze a packet of ketchup, it just kind of like, and like the rope falls to the
God.
ground.
All right. This last Coldlight Walker collapses. He's technically prone, but okay. And as it falls to the ground, its light also fades. And that's the end of combat. I'm gonna turn the music off.
My eyes.
Yeah, you've now got these 3 withered husks. Some of them extra crispy.
Can I cast a light on myself?
Okay.
Just on my shield. Alright, I have to place Templars in the donut.
Well, that's 3 less malevolent spirits haunting the woods of Aurea.
Do we want to turn back now?
Give me
Let's
a
get
moment.
back.
Can I take the head off one of them?
Yeah. Which one are you picking?
The least crispy one.
The one that was closest? Okay.
Yeah.
It is a serving individual, or was.
Mm.
Um,
Easy to hold, at least.
Can I loot?
You want to try to loot?
Yeah, if they've got stuff on them, they have clothes. They might have pockets.
They have what's left of burnt clothes.
Yeah,
Investigation.
I assume I'm no longer blind.
Yeah, you're not blind.
Cool.
if we may take a moment, I might sense what might be happening here, but it's going to take some minutes.
Sure.
How long is some minutes?
10.
Then we leave.
Looking over their bodies, there doesn't appear to be any form of loot. They mostly just seem to have the Oregon clothes, and for the most part, they are skin and bones. Mostly bones.
Fair enough.
Alright, Charlotte's going to cast Detect Magic. It is,
Yeah.
however, ritual. So 10-minute wait.
Okay. Well, you get, after that 10 minutes, you do get the very faint, now fading, presence of necromancy on all 3 targets. But it is clearly fading at this point.
It's necromancy. I don't know what happened here, however. Something could have corrupted them, or these could be just creations of something long dead.
Well, whatever they are, I'm going to take this one's head back to the town. Figure it out. They might know what they are, or they might want to add information to them to the library.
It would be good to let them know. These are dangerous, and maybe they'll know more. We should be heading back.
Yes, we should.
All right. Also, Vanya, I imagine during this 10 minutes you probably would have taken an interest in the wagon trail at any point.
Yeah, just gone to check while that was going on.
So what you end up noticing is that the wagon trail kept going. None of the footprints were following at that point. So you got the suspicion that these things were the footprints attached to the wagon, and they were probably chasing it.
Right. Okay. Just gonna keep that to myself.
All right. You begin your journey back to the wagons. At this point, it takes a few hours, and by the time you arrive back, it is very dark. Yarrow looks over to all of you once you come in. Everything all right? You were gone for a long time.
Shiny people.
Just gonna show him the head.
There was necromancy. 3 figures giving off a blue light. Ain't seen anything like that or heard anything like that.
I've heard stories of strange wanderers in the wastes, but not anything like that. Not encountered anything like that personally. No.
They chased a wagon. It looked like they'd finished repairing a wheel and it chased them off. They're in the middle of the road. We managed to take care of them.
Well, that's another good deed done, at least. Mariner was worried. She saw you all head off into the dark and was hoping you would be back soon. She's already asleep, though.
Well, before we bed down, is everyone ready for their lesson?
Yep.
Oh,
Sure.
yes.
Count is at 6.
Alright. So, you all can get your long rest back in as your very eventful night comes to a pretty rapid close.
That thing hit me hard.
Yeah, it did.
I almost lost half my health in one hit.
Yeah. Story. Well, I played the module that was in, and it critted a monk and killed him outright.
Jeez, low level then.
Mm-hmm. We were 4.
Oh, wow, okay. Low hit points then, because we're only 1 level higher.
Yeah. Those things hit like freight trains. You notice the Cone of Cold was 3d10? I mean, the Ray of Frost?
Yeah.
Gibbering mouth the level of low to hit, high hit damage.
Yeah, their to hit's not very good, and their AC is also not amazing. Anyways. Aspen, where are you putting this head?
It'll be stored out of near sight, that's for sure.
Where?
Gonna see if I can stash it on the roof of the other wagon.
On the Rio.
You could try to sneak it onto the rear?
Yeah. Just like bundle it up in like a sack or something and just, yeah. Tie it down on the rear.
In Vegas, would you allow this?
Sure.
Charlotte's not.
See, I thought you were gonna like put it in my bed, but that's like, it's fine where you're putting it right now.
Wouldn't it be better we just have it laid to rest?
We can do that when we arrive. If they need to see what it is to properly investigate it, then it's handy to have it.
I am no artist or anything like that, and I want the bad god to be able to properly examine it.
I might have a spell for this, actually. Let me check. Give me, like... Of course my thing scrolls like crazy. It won't be for another day. So carry on.
To help keep Myrna distracted through the trip, Vanya's once again going to be teaching a child how to pick locks.
Oh my god.
No bad can come of this.
But also a less cheeky thing. She's gonna teach some just very basic of her own voiceless speech, like hello, how are you, that sort of thing, to Myrna, just to keep her entertained. And yeah, because I'd imagine watching a person's face twitch around weirdly is probably kind of funny for a kid. So
she's receptive to it. She tries her best to like learn it. It definitely takes a moment, but she's definitely very interested in the picking of locks.
Good. I will leave a trail of lock-picking children behind me.
Vanya
This
said,
lock-picking lawyer over
let's
here."
add more rogues to the world.
Look, if I can make the most chaotic of children, which Myrna definitely is one of those, able to cause more chaos, then that's all good by me.
Alright. Alright, so you managed to get around the lake, right on towards the edge of the Sheptko Reservoir, leading into Mount Mirror, for you to settle in for the night. Nothing of particular event occurs. The weather has been relatively calm this entire time, coming back. Anything in particular you would like to do for your last trip back to the village, the city?
I'll have to wait till morning, but there's a spell Charlotte wants to try.
Other than the lesson, nothing.
Alright. So, next day comes and goes. And, you prepare to head across the river. You said you had something you wanted to do?
So I imagine we have salt. Just around the wagon.
Be an ass one's cooking supplies or something else.
Yeah, you get a pinch from that. Going to check out that skull on the roof. Seeing if it's doing anything.
You're checking out the head?
The head, yep.
Okay. What are you doing specifically?
I'm preparing gentle repose because I don't trust this thing getting weird or like getting up. Charlotte doesn't know what this will do. She just wants it to stay down.
You could say she's ahead of the game.
It's also a ritual spell. So she's going to be sitting up there for 10 minutes looking at ahead, preparing salt and a copper piece for each of the eyes.
Alright.
Yeah. Funny you bring that up in chat, Vanya. How do I want to do this? So, I talked about this duo concerning this situation.
Uh-huh.
Can I try to be as quiet as possible?
You ritually casting?
Yes.
You have to make a stealth check.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Don't know why it rolled disadvantage, but the 15's first. So that's a 17.
Okay. And this is at the Rio, so I think it's just Vegas? Set, you're in the Rocksteady, right?
Me? Shit.
Aset has always been on the Rio.
Yeah, I've
You
always
always been on the
been on the
Rio?
Rio.
Okay. Yeah, so Vegas and Set are the only ones that would be able to notice, so you would have to roll perception checks. You have to beat a 17.
50-50 chance, let's go.
Set meets beats. You
Okay.
hear very strange and yet familiar-ish chanting coming from the roof.
Oh no.
What?
What would you like to do with this information?
This
This goes on for 10 minutes.
On one hand, want to relay that to the rest of the party. On the other hand, don't want to cause a panic. But I have to do what's right and tell the others here.
That's just like, man, I love this song.
Vera, necromancer, necromancer, necromancer.
God.
So yeah, how do you bring this up to the rest of the party?
Yeah, fuck. What was the name of the cult that was like connected to again?
You talking about the cult of the Black Rose?
Yeah. I don't want y'all to panic, but I hear chanting coming from our friend up at the roof.
Yeah.
I believe I'm in the wrong wagon to be part of this discussion.
Yeah.
That's the tragedy.
I'm fairly sure that thing is connected to the cult of the Black Rose.
Ah.
Yes.
So what do you want to do about it?
Out of character, I have no idea what to do with it.
I mean, you know the voice
Make
is
a decision.
Charlotte's.
I mean, honestly, with a set being a necromancer, basically, I don't really know if you'd have that much of an issue with it.
Other than just pointing the finger going, I told you so.
Fuck. Sorry, y'all, my brain is kind of soup right now. I really don't know what to do.
Alright. You
don't have to
can
say anything.
Store it away for later.
I mean, Iggy had.
So was this brought up like during the spell being cast?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do it. Wait till it's over, then approach and ask very politely, Charlotte, what the fuck was that?
It was to keep it from coming back together. In case it could.
When we left its body behind.
It's possible that it could have reformed from just the head. I had to make sure it didn't have any way of doing it.
Anything you want to tell me about that spell in particular?
It's to keep it from coming back from resurrection.
It says something about the Black Rose. Ring a bell.
What do you mean?
Well, she mentioned that your chanting reminded her something or another about the cult of the Black Rose.
That chant was something my mother taught me.
Ah.
Charlotte is now looking extremely worried.
We'll put a pin in that for later.
I'm sorry. I was trying to keep it from doing anything terrible.
Don't apologize. Just know I see you. And he'll walk away.
Vegas. She's gonna sigh and just stay on the roof.
Hmm.
Alright. Well, the rest of your travel to Privzeski, it goes relatively smoothly. In fact, you make it there with plenty of time. It is about the afternoon when you arrive. And the city is as busy as it was when you had first come through. And once you properly pull in and find a place to park the wagons, I imagine first is going to head to the lodge and find Oleg.
Yep.
Yeah. Myrna has already departed the wagons, just bolting off that way.
I was gonna say I was gonna make a game out of it with her to race her back to the lodge. Just let her win though, but make it look close.
Yeah, she definitely races you. Surprisingly fast for her size.
I mean, I imagine she's probably actually almost as fast, if not slightly faster anyway.
Yeah, in your head you're like, I'm gonna let her win, and then you start to realize that maybe it was pretty even match. Yeah, she comes dashing into the lodge house. And, pushing through just all the people who were moving about the library until she finally finds Oleg, and as soon as he spots her, scoops her up into his arms and just lifts her up into the air, kind of pirouetting around for a moment, and then pulling her into a big bear hug.
Literally.
And then seeing you all finally come in. Ah, well, it seems you've returned with my precious Myrna in tow. I take it things went well?
Well enough.
There had been issues, but we'd managed to come out alive and safe.
And what of Turnikov?
He had us play a game, invited us over for dinner, and had a game of essentially having us leave his territory before his servants killed us. We got out, and he didn't pursue us after that.
He is surprisingly a coward.
This wouldn't
And now
surprise
he's
me.
in the process of signing his own death warrant.
Aspen also punched him into a fireplace.
Duh. I enjoyed this very much.
We had a good time.
Once we leave, I think any risk to you is gone.
Although we did find this on your borders, and then Aspen's just kind of gonna throw the head on the table.
there!
It's fine, it's still in a sack.
Imagine, given that you took the serving, the antlers are kind of hard to hide. So it kind of looks like you've just kind of brought...
It's a very triangular sack.
Yeah. He looks at the sack for a moment and just kind of like moves Myrna to the other side of his arm. I'll look at that in a second. For now, I am very grateful for what you have done for me. I will make sure to procure a gift for you before you leave. It's something that will hopefully help. But I'm in your debt for what you've done. Hopefully this tourniquet will be dealt with properly. And we don't have to worry about them as much anymore.
I wouldn't say that you're in our debt. It only happened because we were here.
Duh.
Okay. Well, I will still try to procure a reward for you, either way. It was quite a journey. You were gone for so long that I was worried for a bit. Myrna, go find your mother. She is worried sick about you. She sets the little Ursine girl down, and she runs over and hugs you, Vanya, before speeding off.
Okay, a little taken off guard.
Chat, does she know we killed her dog?
No.
No, and she never will.
Alright. He looks down towards the sack and looks back to you, Aspen. What is this? I don't think I want to open it.
It is a head of a strange undead thing that sort of glowed all over.
It was
We
dressed
had-
like you guys.
We'd come across 3 figures in robes of blue lights emanating from their bodies. We found them a little off from our travel. They were violent, but we managed to put them down. We'd hoped that you would know more.
Hmm.
And we figured if you didn't know more, then you'd want to know this at least.
Let me, I guess, look at this. And he examines the head, pulling it out. It is, got a very severe degree of permafrost all over its body. And, like, looking it over properly, it almost looks mummified. Because of how, frozen over it is. You said this was an undead of some kind?
We don't know if it's a creation or if someone was animated back into this thing.
I mean, there are stories about wanderers who have gotten lost in the Nachtfrost and just have never returned. Could be something. But that's The tundra is much further north. Where did you say you saw these?
Just past the Ale Run River. Just as we crossed it. We took a side path and saw it on a trail.
Worrisome. I will make sure to have my guards and hunters more aware of this if it is something that is within our area.
Make sure they keep their eyes shielded sometimes. If they do run into them, they have a habit of blinding you. Really bright light.
Kind of like running his finger over like parts of its facial features for a moment. The ice itself seems to be merged into the body. Wondering if this is what was emitting the light. You would need a great amount of it to be blinding, though.
Would this thing have been dead for some time?
Could be very likely.
I see.
It is unlikely to have been something that would have maybe died anytime recently. But hard to tell. This kind of permafrost damage is not something that would happen this close to the valley. Like I said, you would have to get lost up in the knot frost for pretty long time to look like this. But I will do my best to keep eyes out. Thank you. Do you have any more troubling news?
No, I'm afraid that's... Well, fortunately, that's it.
Myrna's not here anymore, right?
Yeah, she took off.
A bit of good news, you won't see that runt of a bat wolf ever again.
Well, did you find it?
We dealt with it.
Okay. Good to know. I will still keep eyes out for wolves and such, but make sure that Myrna does not approach any stray dogs anymore.
Naturally.
Okay, well, this has been a very eventful week. I need time to relax. If anything else comes up, let me know. But otherwise, I will I'll make sure to see you before you leave our city.
I'll turn to the group at that point. Are we heading over to Podgorod next?
We should
Spend a few
resupply
days.
first.
Well, yeah. I'm not saying we leave right now, but maybe a day or two, and then we leave.
Duh.
Sure thing.
I just want to get this behind us now.
Me too.
I would also like to speak privately.
With us?
No, with I forget his name. Name Skip. Brain Skip.
The Barco?
Vatko, yep.
Oleg?
Oleg, yes, thank you. I was thinking Oleg for some... Oh, because that was like my dwarf.
Alright. And then you approach Oleg, I imagine, after a little bit of time has passed.
Yeah, if everyone else is gone.
Cleric of Idris, what can I do for you?
There was a concern amongst my group about a spell I had cast. That. Have you ever studied or cast spells of necromancy?
I do not cast spells, no. And I am luckily not involved in any type of necromantic magic, so I can't say with any certainty. What is the problem?
The head, I had attempted to preserve it with a spell so it would not resurrect itself. We didn't want to be ambushed in the middle of the night if it was somehow able to reform itself.
I think you were just being a little bit overly cautious. The head likely wouldn't be able to be capable of producing anything like that.
It's just I'd never seen these things before, but someone mentioned that the chanting I'd used was similar to that from the Cult of the Black Rose. But it was something that was taught by my mother.
I'm sorry, what is this cult? Is there something else I should be worried about?
It's over in the west that we know. There is a cult of Veronet worshippers who had caused issue with us and people in the woods. I don't know if this may be related with those things that we just come across, and she looks over to the head.
It could be possible, but it's hard to tell.
I think it's something to just consider if this happens again. I'm not very schooled in necromancy myself. I'm just trying to see. I want to know more about this thing than anyone else. I understand these things can be inflicted upon innocent people or committed by spellcasters to empower themselves past death. But I understand if there isn't much to them currently.
Well, I will try to get word in with the Botco up in Dolores, since they are a bit more familiar with this type of unnature. And them being further to the north, perhaps that will provide some insight into what these things are.
You said Arloris?
No, Dolores.
Oh.
Elk Brother Islands. There's a settlement that exists out on the glaciers. The natives there use undead to farm for them. How they survive.
That's morbid.
It allows them to work through the harsher conditions. It was, for the most part, fine until Dramphinians found them. That's why they are generally not very welcome in Aurea.
Well, I appreciate the information. Sorry for giving so much bad news. This is about as confusing as... we trust we're about as confused as you are.
Well, I will keep it preserved for now and find a way to get information on it. As for this cult, there hasn't been any necromancy activities in this area. So, I will also keep eyes out for that, but I don't think it's as much as to be worried.
I appreciate it. Sorry. And she's gonna leave.
All right.
Sweating buckets. Charlotte's like, "Hi, I did necromancy."
Yes, I am going door to door to let people know I'm a registered grave robber.
It's always best to ask the leaders for advice on things. Doesn't help when they don't know anything.
All right.
It's a Tumblr grave robbing drama all over again.
Anything else? While you have your time within the city?
We need to get food, and I need to get a flask of oil for my lantern.
Yeah, your supplies have gotten a little low.
Absolutely.
Have to update it for
Podgorod
last
is a
intro.
town, right?
Ba-ba-ba. Gotta double check because I got this one wrong. Let's see. It is a full-on city as well. It is built into
nice.
the mountains.
So we could probably get more there before we leave. How long of a trip is that? It looks like maybe a week.
Potentially. You're probably gonna have to follow the river before cutting west again.
How much can the wagons carry? Because we could probably just get. I mean, there won't be good food, but it's rations for like a month. That would cover us.
You want to try to get a month's worth?
I think we could manage it, maybe.
Okay.
I'm trying to think practically here because we've got potential like bad weather to worry about up here. And... What does everyone else think? Is that overkill or?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
It's also money, but I think we're okay with that. Still.
So run that by me one more time.
I was saying maybe we get a month's worth of rations. I mean, it's probably overkill, but it's gonna definitely.
I also have create food and water, although it's gonna be a bit dicey because
That
it's still 3 spell.
doesn't exist in this setting.
Let's get a month.
Oh, it
of
doesn't.
rations.
No.
You gotta
Better
delete
safe
that.
than sorry.
Sorry.
I didn't hear what Gao said.
Oh, better safe than sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be one of those Arctic expedition parties that ends up resorting to cannibalism.
Right?
That'd be pretty metal. Though.
On our party of 6.
I mean, we got 2 pretty beefy party members. We should be okay.
Mhm.
Let's go for a month. A month of supplies, if possible. Delver's doing Delver things in towns and buying everything out as they pass through.
Vanya's probably safe from cannibalism. You've seen Jabba legs. There's like literally nothing there.
How dare you?
What spell did you say that wasn't there?
Create food and water, I believe, isn't.
It's
on
create
the
or
list, is it?
destroy water. Creating food and water is not banned.
Is it?
I accidentally deleted it. Don't worry, I'll put it
create
back.
or destroy water. Oh, it's just the water side. Okay.
Yeah.
Food is alright.
I'll fix it. Don't worry.
It's weird because Goodberry is not there. I figured.
I guess
Food,
because the
yeah.
food is also like a higher level spell slot too.
Oh, fair. Okay. Sorry about that. My bad.
No, you're good.
I had made
do want-
assumptions based on create or destroy water being not a thing. So
Nothing wrong with that because Joe told me remove curse
is also not a thing.
Yeah.
And neither is guidance. Thank God.
Yep.
I hate that spell.
Saying that now as the cleric.
Look, I'm at my time DMing. It's can I guidance that? Can I guidance that? Can I? Anyway,
Doesn't bother me.
Me, the rogue with guidance.
Yeah.
All right. You want to get a month's worth of supplies. This is both food for you and feed for the horses.
Yeah, I figured store the feed for the drafts on the Rocksteady and the rest of the food in the Rio. That way we can
That's so much food.
split the weight. Yeah, it's a lot of food, but it means we don't really have to worry.
That is fair, because create food and water is a level 3 slot, and if we get into trouble, I'd rather have those maxed out. More like insurance if something happens.
Alright. Let's see. So yeah, you go about spending a good portion of the day gathering supplies, feed, rations, water, and the like. Let's see. I'm gonna say it's gonna come out to like a solid 50 gold.
I'll cover that. Just out of pocket.
Okay.
Take it.
Alrighty. Spend a better portion of the day just trying to figure out how to pack everything into the 2 wagons. Starting to realize that space is going to be a little tight.
I'll sleep on top of my rations.
Just picturing that one image of the guy who's laying back on the stack of cash, but it's just
From
Vegas laying
Breaking
on the
Bad?
pile of
Yeah,
dungeon gold.
absolutely.
Alright. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to do for the day?
Yeah. So Vanya is gonna have split away from the group while everyone was kind of preoccupied with the foods, and is gonna be looking to just get little trinkets for everybody. As a sort of, I'm sorry I put us through hell for the last month, basically. So she's gonna look for Aspen. She's gonna look for something. Probably, she remembered them talking about liking like dried meats, that sort of thing. So she's probably going to buy like a bunch of that, just kind of a nicer lot of like dried meats. For Vegas, she's going to want to look for like a... It's going to come across as I got you soap, but like nice smelling, kind of floral, maybe lavendery sort of scented... I mean, I don't know what you like aftershave, basically. Vanilla then.
Fuck
But
yeah.
like aftershave, basically for Vegas. For Charlotte, looking for like a different sort of, for lack of a better word, the babushka sort of headscarves.
Oh my gosh.
Looking for a really nice one.
Oh my god.
For Aset, this is hard. Aset's a difficult one. Probably a really nice wine.
Oh.
And then a ski. I want to look for the trashiest horror novel that she can find.
Also not beating the party mom
Oh,
allegations.
great. She could use a good laugh.
Yeah. So that little list there.
Alright. I'm gonna say, in total, getting through all that, it's probably gonna take you another 30-ish gold.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah, and then with little notes, just kind of setting it all into bunks rather than giving it directly to them. Just kind of set it on pillows with the little note on top, just saying, thank you for putting up with the horrible experience we just went through. And then, yeah, she's just going to retreat back to the wagon.
All right. So everybody, after a little while, whenever you revisit the wagon, there's gifts for you, just sitting on your bed. And, of course, the aforementioned notes from Vanya. You may act on that however you please.
Charlotte's gonna sigh happily, smile, and Vegas and East sit around.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Bushka is just like a wrapping.
It's literally what Charlotte's wearing in her art, essentially. It might wrap around as more of a... It's kind of like a headscarf, but not... It's not meant to obscure your face, it's just meant to go around your head and around your neck as a sort of scarf hood sort of combo. And
Isn't it
they're
just
usually
called a
very
shawl?
floral. Yeah. But I just know them as babushka head wraps.
Yeah, fair.
Charlotte's gonna take off her hat. Only Eset and Vegas would see this. Charlotte has surprisingly short, like 2-inch wavy brown hair. Like quite short, like it had recently been cut. And she's just going to put on that new hat.
I've got a picture for you.
Somehow you said expected it to be longer underneath.
Basically that.
Adorable.
Not old.
Think
As far as
that far down.
as far as Aspen's little present goes, there's going to be very little visible reaction, but Aspen will be munching on the jerky.
Vegas sprays the cologne, or what was it, cologne, aftershave?
Aftershave sort of stuff, yeah.
Sprays that in his mouth. Thought it was like breath spray. And he goes, ugh! He's
You're not supposed to put
starts
in your
going
mouth.
into a bit of a coughing fit. It smells good though.
All right.
Yeah, Issa does visibly smile and just goes like, "Ah, what a sweetheart!" At like the present she gets, but she's going to save that wine for like a special occasion.
All right. Anything else you wanted to do, or perhaps talk about? You were given some pretty spicy information from your vampire friend.
So, you guys think the metal mask's comment about Iggy was a thing or a red herring?
I think Iggy is either working undercover or trying to just play it safe.
See, that's what I thought too.
That's what I was thinking as well.
I'm not too worried about it.
He seems pretty... How best to put it? Disgusted by the ferals.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think
they
he's
don't-
working with them. But if he's lying about it, he's damn good at it.
he could. Well, he could be undercover, just trying to play coy, so they don't hurt him.
Not that any of you are allowed to pass on that I said anything good about Iggy, but I do think the dragon might be a genuine threat to the vampire. So,
That
spreading misinformation
that
to put the
exactly.
wedge between us
I'm
seems
sure.
like a good plan.
You also do
we
remember
shouldn't
that
really
Iggy
trust
said
anything.
that they were departing to handle family business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be that his family is involved with the barrels.
Or it could just be on the wayside.
Or
You
it
know,
could be a
deal
completely
family and
other
then you bump the
organization.
barrels.
Why would he keep it from us if it was that simple?
Everybody's got agendas.
Fair.
I mean, Drimphinians usually commit to a lot of work and may not have been a concern.
I don't see. I suppose it might be important to a Dramphinian to root them out, but don't they have other things to worry about?
I mean,
Knowing
Iggy could be looking.
the
Iggy could be
nature-
looking out for us.
I still trust him, but it's concerning that he kept it from us. I thought he trusted us.
Knowing what we know about us, I suspect that if we did know all of the details, we would have doubtlessly intervened in something that he did not want us intervening in.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have plenty of time to talk about it when he gets back.
How do we break it? That we just know?
You tell him
Tell
exactly
him
how
about
we
the
found
vampire.
out. Mm-hmm. Above board.
Tell him exactly what we heard, let him correct things as needed.
I'm not worried about it right now. Like twitchy-eyed smile.
Yeah. Charlotte, you've been sending messages, right?
I have. I haven't sent one recently.
Did you get any response?
No. I did back when we were in the West, but not lately.
How does that work? Do you need to know the person you're sending it to?
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
And they can reply. I don't know if there's like an expiration on it. It's my. Well, it could be just noting it. It could be busy every time I send him.
Fair.
Well, if Iggy is in Severport, we might be able to catch him. But we have dungeon matters in Pogorod.
Now we need to go to Podgorod and then back to Jaegervolt and then all the way back out to Severport if we want to do it like that.
I was hoping we'd drop by Gonlev. It's been a long time since I've been there.
No, but the only reason we have to go back is to report that we cleared the dungeon, so...
I understand. It's just...
And hey, maybe we can run into... she looks to a set, and not to a set, sorry, to Aspen. I don't know why I said a set. Looks to Aspen, and maybe we can run into Sanya again.
Just Aspen doing the Oddman grimace.
Well, in less teasing ways, I think it's probably a good idea we head back there anyway. The artifact we left behind might have had some ground on it. I know Aspen really wants it back.
We might need... I think we should pass this information about those undead things. It may or may not be related to the Black Rose, but they might know more.
So we should probably be a bit more careful with how we talk about that.
I'm sorry. I thought I sort of embarrassed myself with the Botco earlier because I thought, them overseeing the town, everything would know a little more of the arcane.
Well, it's more to do with the fact that I think talking openly about any sort of necromancy might be tantamount to me walking around with the other face.
So, what I'm trying to understand. Okay, I see. So, man, very awkward time for Duo to be away. So, if I'm to understand, up in the islands, Elk Brother Islands, necromancy is fine, and not looked down upon everywhere else.
Do you know? Do you know of the Mantle War, right? Part
It's
of
one of
that
those
was
things where it's
because of the necromancy that Orions were doing. Not the whole reason, but part of it.
We were in the right.
I return.
So-
How bad are you struggling, Norman?
we're talking history, necromancy, and the Mantle War.
Mhm.
Which basically, Charlotte's trying to figure out how frowned upon necromancy is in the Beast World, and Vanya is
Well,
doing
in
her
Oria,
best.
because
Yeah,
she was told, like, yeah, no, in Elk Brother it's fine, not fine elsewhere, and it's getting her a little mixed. And I was asked about the Mantle War.
It is fine in certain parts of Aurea. It is
Certain.
overall not well received anywhere in the Beast World. You're in this one little pocket area where it'd probably not be as strange or looked down upon.
Even in Przeski?
As long as you're not seen by a Dramphinian, and even then, Dramphinian's rules out here in Aurea don't extend as much law.
Noted.
like I have to be careful with the other face. I think we should be in the habit of not talking about it so openly, even though we are in Aurea right now. You don't want to get comfortable doing it and then, get found in, I don't know, somewhere in Alamance and one of Iggy's friends hears you.
I'm sorry, I
I'm
just
more
got a
worried
bit
about
scared.
what might happen to you if you're mistaken for a necromancer. No offense, Seth.
I'm a little confused about something, and I'm hoping to at least know someone that would have an answer. About the spell I cast.
I don't really know anything about magic.
Well,
As you go about looking into it, you can at least remember that this isn't the first secret society we've been dealing with, so you can try to act accordingly.
You know who would be the person to ask about it?
who? Oh, you're.
Sonya.
If we meet her again, I'm not gonna say anything unless we absolutely trust the person. And I trust
I
her.
have many opinions about Sonya, but I do trust her.
What did you even do?
I cast a spell to preserve the head, so it didn't come back together.
That doesn't sound like necromancy to me. It's all about
I was told-
making zombies and
Vegas said my chanting was identical to that of the Black Rose.
How does Vegas know that?
Because of me, because I overheard it.
Ah. Oh, okay. Good sauce. Okay.
I suppose it is discounted as power over things that are dead.
See, I don't know if that's just how it is, or that was... It's what my mother taught me, and I don't know.
Well, maybe use it more sparingly.
Maybe you have secretly been undead all along, and actually this is how the old power works.
That's
Aspen.
not a very comforting thing to say, Aspen.
Charlotte's gonna step away.
Aspen, that was really funny, but come on.
Might
I
not
mean,
be
it's
the best thing
possible.
to say.
Well, I was just spitballing.
I might say sorry later if I were you.
Da.
Well, seems like we all do things that we ought to maybe not. Vanya's gonna trundle off in a different direction to Charlotte, giving her some time to, well, deal with what happened.
All right. Anything else?
All good here.
Yeah, taken care of.
Yeah, Charlotte will
They're
come
saying
back.
that we are good.
Yeah, Charlotte will come back to the group and wagon in like 15 minutes.
Alrighty. Well, the rest of your day goes relatively well. Vanya, can I get a perception check?
Oh boy.
As you're settling in for the night, because you feel relatively safe now being back within the city, nobody's doing watches for the night. You do faintly, just like hear in the distance, a very lone, long howl.
Yep, that's gonna stay internalized. You're on the Millennial Cope wagon right now. Bury it. It's fine.
Switch tracks. We've been on that one for a bit. Alright. So, next day comes true. Oleg makes sure to stop by to find your wagons, and is holding a lantern in his hands. I was hoping to catch you, just in case you were planning on leaving soon. I wanted to bring a gift for saving my daughter. Given the nature of some of the creatures you've been fighting lately, I feel this may be helpful for you. He offers the lantern out.
Vanya will take it, but then pass it to Charlotte, because Charlotte's been using the lantern a lot.
All right, Charlotte's gonna look over the lantern to see if there's anything to it.
Yeah, Glancing over the lantern, it takes you a second, but it is very ornate in design. And the thing that catches your eye almost immediately is the symbol of Dramphine is carved onto it.
Ooh. Can I detect if it has some arcane properties?
Oh yeah, it definitely does. This belonged to a Dramphinian that used to spend a great deal of time in Brzezinski, and no longer needs it. So it's been sitting in our library for some time, so I needed an excuse to get rid of it. It is a lantern of unnature's revealing. The Dramphinian said that any undead or fiends are illuminated with a black halo when you shine this light over them, even if they are invisible.
Oh, I really appreciate it, especially from what we've seen. I thank you.
That'll be very useful, yes.
Thank you.
Aski,
Thank
you
you.
just hear in the back of your head, fuck, 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 fuck.
Vanya also in her own head. Fuck, 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 fuck.
Yeah,
Oh, Charlotte's smiling over this thing.
this is literally an anti-Vanya Naski item.
Aspen, in their own head, I want to point this at so many party members.
Like, what, like, Mocha's secret is already known at this point. Like, he said there's nothing to worry about anymore.
Yeah, Mocha just gets a really nice black halo now.
See,
She just gets to look extra pretty.
it's the more accidental
metal as fuck.
reveals. But Vanya only counts as a fiend while the facade's up, so that's cool.
So yeah, does anyone in particular want this, or am I just dropping it in the treasure?
Me.
I want it. It's cool.
Well, fight over it.
I haven't gotten an item in a little bit, and I just want to feel included. And he crosses his arms.
You can have it. Yeah,
Thank you.
Charlotte's gonna hand it over. I have a
Thank
couple
you.
trinkets that help me anyway.
All right, this is the first Beast World book inclusive item that is being added
Yay!
to the game.
Nice.
It is a wondrous item. It is not a attunement item, so you can pretty much use it freely.
Cool.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, you get
Neat.
bright light and dim light for 30 to 60 feet, and then of course undead fiends and creatures under those effects are outlined with a black halo when they're within the lantern's light.
Sweet.
That's actually really strong.
Yeah,
Oh my
like this quite literally hard counters Thalkiel. He cannot hide with this thing.
Funny.
Yeah, don't worry about it. A ski shadow just looks extra dark.
Spooky Sheep now has accessories.
As she should.
If there's anything else any of you need while you're continuing to stay within the city, let me know. I will be mostly tending to my daughter at the meantime. It's good to have her back.
The tomes you had on vampires. Oh, did you have any? If I'm remembering right.
I had some archived information and scrolls in the library, but I've parted with everything that I was able to find.
Okay. Never mind. That's it. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Of course. Well, I wish you the best in your journeys. Hopefully, you don't have any run-ins with him or any other vampires, for that matter, anytime soon.
We'll be more ready if it happens.
Of course. And thank you all once again. And he just takes a moment, kind of like bows to each one of you, and then turns to leave. So you have this entire day that you could spend within the city. You've got all your supplies and your rations. Do you have anything else you want to do for this day, or were you heading out?
I'm set.
Yeah, I'm good.
I think we're pretty much ready to go.
I'd like to pick up some
Yeah.
fruit if I can before we leave.
Okay. Easy enough.
It's like specifically some like apricots or something.
Yeah. You could probably find a bundle of apricots. It's like a silver.
Cool.
Vanya eyeing them the whole time. Found her favorite fruit. How dare you?
Well, that's lucky.
Well, her favorite fruit's probably Vegas, but
Aspen's got
Wow.
that took me a second.
I mean, yeah.
Very well.
Yeah. Hey, sister, but also wow. I'm catching strays out here. I didn't do anything wrong. Whatever. I see you, Vanya. Whatever.
wink, nudge.
Wink. Bet.
So we have a stove in the wagon, correct?
Yes, you bought one.
Yes. I would like to kind of set
Right,
up like a rack or something on there. I'm going to be trying to make dried apricots.
Okay. Yeah, I think you'd be able to do that easy enough.
Basically, fruit jerky.
I love that.
Because Vanya got Aspen a present. Now Aspen will make Vanya a present.
That's adorable.
But I imagine that will take a little while, so that's me for now.
Yeah. But yes, what's the plan? You staying in the city for another day?
I'm set to go.
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Yeah, I think we're probably departing.
Yeah, on that morning, yeah.
Got it. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Alright. So, you gather up your things. You, say goodbye to Oleg and Myrna. And, depart from Krozevsky City and make your way north along Mount Mirror. Alright. First day of travel, pretty uneventful. Nothing really occurs during that time. You kind of, get a bead for the weather, It looks like snow might be coming this direction, but it doesn't look too heavy. So nothing to be of immediate concern. If there's nothing to be had, we can roll over to the next day.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Would probably at some point
Mhm.
want to catch Vanya alone for just a moment to be able to kind of reveal the little apology note whatnot that she had left for us with all of those gifts from earlier, just to tell her something along the lines of, I know that you enjoy taking on the role of this tortured hero in our work together, but as it stands, I think you understand that what we're doing with this fiend is benefiting me and my shadow just as much as it is benefiting your own cause. We're even.
It's more that not really a tortured hero thing, more of a that was, you gotta admit, a little, well, worrying for at least a moment.
We've been through worse. And I'm sure we'll see even worse than that before the fiend deigns to call us back to his little hole.
Well, by then we'll kill him. I just wanted to make sure that people knew it was
Naturally.
appreciated. I'm glad you like it, though. The big grin.
Oh, it's simply hilarious. Yeah, that's all I wanted out of that little scene.
Of course. Easy enough to do during this very long drive along the Ale Runner River. Can I get perception checks?
From everyone?
Yes.
That's persuasion.
Unless you're asleep at the wheel.
No, don't, no.
Oh, I am doing so badly on
Ram's
perception
being
checks
takes
this my
the
second
wheel.
session.
Might as well give it to Veraster at that point.
What's the worst that can happen? It's horses.
Barassa, take the wheel. No, wait, please don't.
Actually, on second thought, you might want to give that back.
End
The
up in
rest
a
of the
law
people-
somehow.
Alright. Aski, Vanya, and Vegas, as you were trudging up closer to this area, you had previously encountered these strange undead creatures before. You try to take note of the area just to prepare yourself in the event that there are, for some reason, more. You haven't quite gotten to the road just yet. You're getting very close. But with the draft horses getting a little tired at this point, you have to kind of stop a bit early and kind of set up camp. You don't see any signs of any recent activity that has come through this area. So while this road does get used, it doesn't look like anyone's been through since you have.
That's good.
Alright. Can I get some watches?
Yeah, sure, I'll watch.
Yeah, I'll take one.
I'll watch last.
That's 4 of us.
Alright. Everybody doing a watch, give me a perception check.
Okay, so on my screen, like I saw my die like being bumped into by a bunch of other dice. Like I blame y'all for this result.
When I see that happen and I get a bad result, I'm like seething. I don't say anything, but I'm fucking mad about it.
Can't remember what I was rolling for, but earlier on, when you knocked my dice onto a 20, I was mad that it didn't count.
Yeah, it predetermines the roll before that animation finishes. Anyways, yeah, keeping a look through your watches, there doesn't appear to be any, unusual activity or any more strange, lights at night. I will say, Aspen, at one point while you are just kind of keeping watch, there's like uh, a pact of like a couple of like quiet-minded deer that kind of like stray up towards your wagons, uh, kind of like smelling for your food.
Can I give them some scraps?
Feed the deer.
Yes.
You just come out with some scraps and offer it to them, and they just kind of like munch it straight out of your hand. Their big teeth.
Yes.
Once satisfied, they will just kind of like trot off.
Yep. Fair.
All right. Yeah, the watch otherwise goes relatively undisturbed.
Good.
Next day. So, another round of perception checks as we're moving through this area.
Oh, now you roll good.
Yay!
I'm back to my crappy perception rolls. I cannot really wait for reliable talent.
Vegas.
Sorry, did not roll.
No.
I have to. Let me try refreshing real quick.
Okay. So only Aset and Charlotte notice this. As you're moving across this highway, more or less, you eventually kind of pick up that area where you had run into the creatures before. And their bodies are still there. They haven't been moved, because I imagine you guys didn't do anything else to them.
No.
Yeah, so they're still in the
Nah.
road. Your wagons pull past them, and as you get further and further up the road, you eventually see another body of one of these things, just kind of like off the road by itself.
Do you think this is something to do with the dungeon?
Possibly.
No, long way away from that dungeon.
I know, but where did these things even come from?
Aspen, you ever hear any bedtime stories about these guys growing up?
DM, did I?
Not likely.
No, these are something new to me. They don't line up with anything I remember anyway.
Well, it's not the first time we've encountered necromancy in this neck of the woods.
I was gonna say there was our dealings in the forest.
Right. What did Madhu say before we killed him?
That his beast was still alive. Something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
These could be very, very old. But we'll keep it in mind. If they are from the dungeon, then it's good information before we go in.
It is, yes.
Suppose we'll learn more once we learn a bit more about our lead.
All right.
A very vague lead.
Well,
I just got jump scared by the cat.
the baby.
He just fucking full sended his way into this room. Just, I had the door closed, and he didn't just like push it open a little bit like most cats. He just did front paws both on the door, just poof.
The baby needs to be in here now.
Apparently.
All right. You eventually make your way across the river again, and are starting to get closer towards the mountain peaks of Lisbon. And you know, based off the details and directions you're given, you need to continue to follow the river until the valley opens up, and then you move west into the mountain ranges itself between the sides. You will eventually come across an opening into the northern side of the mountains where the city of Podgorod is. It is, as far as you are aware, it is a Ligonian city, mostly home to moles and Latines. Is also one of the more advanced cities in the Beast World.
Oh wow, okay.
Charlotte will have technically been there before.
So, that first night is relatively uneventful. Get to about, let's see, another 11. You get to about here, getting into the open valley for the next following day. And you're probably about a days away at this point from your arrival. Did you have any other prep you would like to do before you arrive at the next city?
Vanya's gonna find Charlotte, try and catch her, at least not too far from the group, but alone enough to keep a low town.
All right, yeah, Charlotte will come along.
And just, you seemed very worried about being up here.
2 years ago, my first group went up here to seek out a reparator. My best friend, Garrett, has no memory of crossing over into of his world before he crossed in. And he was hoping to get information from this reparator. We ain't thinking anything of it, but Charlotte will just let out a deep sigh. We were ambushed. We were invited to their camp and stayed for a few days. I only learned about tried to put together what happened later. Garrett was convinced by this man that the gods essentially tricked the brethren to come in there and wipe their memory so they could become obedient to the beasts and want him to stay.
So lied?
Yeah. And Garrett didn't believe him and wanted to leave, and from what I know, that our group's first leader, my mentor, Aramis, snuck in to see what was happening and learned that Garrett was being captured and tried to get him out, and we tried making a break for it. Aramis got shot. And they were all on us.
She's going to interrupt at that point, just kind of hug Charlotte. You don't need to say more.
He survived.
Well, we're going to do better than that. Just sort of a reassuring smile.
I think they're all gone.
Well, if they're not, we'll know what to look out for, Kazee.
I've heard about the brethren that live up in the mountains, but that's further west, and I got worried.
We dealt with a vampire. Well, we survived a vampire. We can deal with some brethren.
Preparators?
They're still brethren.
And they still deserve a home here in this world.
But if they attack us, they attack us. But, like I said, you know what to look out for.
Maybe they're gone. There weren't many. I don't think there were any left.
I haven't asked yet. How do you like your new, she points to the...
Oh, I love it. I really love it. I thank you for it.
Gives another kind of big reassuring grin and then runs off back to the group.
Charlotte's gonna get up, look to the peak of the Lisbon Mountains for just a moment, and then head back to the wagon.
Alright. Well. We will pick up next week as you will pull into the city of Podgorod.
Yeah.
As you are exactly a day's travel from there. This will be fun times. We're starting to get the ball rolling more. A lot of travel you guys did in
Lanky.
such a short
Man.
time.
There's something about like going through auras, like we may as well be walking across Asia. It's just so
It's huge.
big.
Yeah.
Alamance felt quick, but I think it was because we were in places for a while. I don't know why.
We
You
did
went-
kind of bounce
yeah.
faster, yeah.
You went from Bristolin, I think, to Erin, to Dole,
It
to
was
Barrett, and then up past the Monster Meadow to Louvain, and then all the
Yeah.
way
And the
up
village
to...
friendless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Bristol and Southport, all the way to Dole, Barrett, then right up to Louvain, and then
I know we-
Louvain, yeah.
I know we stayed like in
Missed the
places for a
last
while.
rune half of Alamance as well.
It's also that we've been staying in these places and elements for a while, so when we traveled,
Yeah.
it felt so fast. Meanwhile, we've been just we've been going like
Non-stop.
clockwise, back and forth, and then curling back up. We're instead of going like straight, we're going all over.
And then we've still got to go back to Jaeger Vault before we can get over to Sevenport.
Yep. Alright, I gotta get to bed. I got a con.
Yep.
Alrighty,
Have
everybody.
Have
fun.
Thank
See
you.
you around.
Good night,
Take care,
folks.
everyone.
Good night,
Thank
y'all.
you.
Good night.